You know, I was very fortunate. I met Kiki online, actually on Instagram, and he told me about his ranch, and the Lopez family actually invited me down to hunt the Las Cuevas Ranch with them. You know, it's going to be my first hunt out of state, but fortunate enough, a good friend of mine, Bill Farley, which travels all the time, was going to go down there with me, and we thought it was going to be no big deal going to Mexico, and as it turns out, the paperwork didn't get done, so we couldn't take our CVA Apexes down with us. The good thing was Armando had a rifle that Bill could borrow, and I was taking the bow with me. You know, we drove around the ranch that first day, and they got lakes for fishing. They got, I forget, 40-some blinds, ground blinds, elevated blinds. I mean, they have a complete setup. Anything you want to do. I felt like I was getting the Chuck Paddock treatment because the lodging, the food, we had a butler. I mean, who has a butler on a hunt? This guy did, though. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, and the food, I seen the video of the food, the shrimp, the fish, that looked amazing.
Oh, the filet mignons were like that. It was heaven down there.
Sign me up.
You drinking something, guys? I got water right now.
I'm sure it is, yes.
It's terrible.
She had a great time. They're wanting to come back next year. Enjoyed herself tremendously. And that just goes.
Oh yeah, very white.
Yeah, Chief. Chief, your guys wanted to let them have them.
So they film their deer hunts all the time. So Armando told Bill, hey, I'll film you. And they got the same type of equipment we got and everything. So they went to a box blind about 1.5 miles away from us. And as soon as the sun come up, they had a beautiful buck come in.
Yeah, I was noticing. I could tell Bill was really had an itchy finger. He wanted to take that buck out.
You know, Bill's killed everything but a polar bear for the North American 29. He's been all over the world hunting, but you could hear he still loves it and gets excited when he's about to shoot that deer. He's breathing hard.
Open Season TV with Armando Lopez and his ranch, Las Cuevas. And first morning out, and we are surrounded by 2 big bucks, one on each side here. And we've got a big dark horn deer down here at 10 point, and we may just shoot him here in a minute. So it'll be awesome. We'll be eating breakfast here in a couple hours.
Good shot.
I was breathing hard. I know you know that. I was freaking shaking
You
still.
couldn't take a shot, huh?
Well, you know, the back end of the rifle is what's important to steady. And I couldn't get it steady. It was moving around a little bit. I think it was the wind in the blind.
Oh, sure. Oh, not so wind. What?
But there's no wind.
There's no wind.
We've got deer here and deer here, bucks. And we've got one with his belly showing in the road up here.
You did a good shot.
Oh, thank you.
Great
Thank
shot.
you, sir.
With
Thank
an
you.
unknown rifle.
Well, we shot one of the whitetails we saw this morning. We saw 1 doe and 7 bucks. I think we took the best buck. Just an awesome deer, wide, dark horned, multi-points, great deer.
Yeah.
These are 12. 7 by 5. Okay, awesome. That's a great looking deer.
So you were in the blind and you actually heard Bill shoot.
Yeah, we were about 1.5 miles away, but there's no trees there, so it's real flat. So we heard the echo, and Pablo goes, I think Mr. Bill just shot.
So it made you a little itchy trigger finger.
Well, actually, we were on deer from daylight, and we had a beautiful 12-pointer come in. that was 4.5 or 5.5 years old that they wouldn't let me shoot, and that may have been the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life, is watch that deer come and feed probably 30 yards away and couldn't pick my bow up on him.
Yeah, that's more like torture to me.
It's our first morning here in Mexico. We're at Las Cuevas Ranch. I got Pablo here as a guide. His dad, Armando, and his other 3 brothers have done a magnificent job managing this ranch. They have the strictest age limit guideline I've ever seen. It doesn't matter class or anything. They only shoot 7+-year-old bucks, and they have some giants. There's a 4-year-old coming into this blind that's probably, I don't know, 170s to 180s. He's got split G2s, but we have to pass him if he comes in, so hopefully we don't see him because my heart's going to get racing and stuff. But hopefully one of the big bucks I got on film comes in. They got several nice ones, a big 8-pointer, a big 9-pointer with some trash on the end of his beams, and a great big 11-pointer. So if one of those come in this morning, we're going to try and lay the smack down on them. You know, we had a bunch of buck coming in that morning. I mean, it was like buck after buck, and the does were staying back because the bucks would run them off. But once a mature buck come in, you knew it.
Yeah, he definitely was all bristled up. You seen them other deer lay their ears back and they were out of there.
He's going down right there. He's going down right there. He's going down right there. That's it.
Nice, nice. Great job.
Thank you. It's our first morning here in Mexico at my Las Cuevas Ranch. They put us to the test. That I passed some monster bucks, but they have a strict management program here. They only shoot 7-year-old plus, and they invited me down. There was no way I was going to break that. We seen some great bucks. It was unreal. That's what, a 7-8-year-old at least. Yeah. Beautiful buck. Had a busted brow time. We had to wait for the camera to clear up, but we got it done.
Great trophy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a rough season for whitetails, but we got a monster down. Beautiful buck. You know, as bad as I wanted to get to that buck, Pablo let Armando know I killed it, and he wanted to come and recover it with me, so we waited.
I bet that was torture. Especially seeing him out there and knowing how big he was.
I don't know. This one was kind of like this one, but way bigger. He has a lot of footage. Good footage.
You got
see right here?
Over an
There's
hour.
nothing on his
Hunter,
brow.
you got a good time?
Okay.
That one had points. He had trash off his brow tines. Off his brow, he had points coming off of it.
That deer was there
Huge.
for shall there for
Okay. So what they do?
When it hits, it opens up, and it's that big. It cuts a huge hole in a deer. You kill them. And they're tough. They go through bone and everything. We watched my buck go down on film, but we waited for Armando to get here and Bill. Bill killed a beautiful buck today. I can't anxious to see it, but we're gonna go track my buck, and we know he's just right over there somewhere, so we're gonna go get him. Look at that thing. I think he grew. Oh, right behind the front shoulders. In the tank, isn't he? Oh. Pablo brought us to a great ground blind today. They had 4 shooters in there and 1 buck that we couldn't shoot. And of course, one of the first bucks to come in was a beautiful 12-pointer with split G2s. He's going to be a giant in 3 years. So if you're looking for a monster, 3 years from now, I'd be right here hunting. But this buck came in and did perfect. The camera actually fogged up on us. We had to wait quite a bit before we could shoot him. I put a great shot on him. The trauma did its job. Couldn't be happier. Thanks, Pablo.
Thank you.
Show me pictures of him today. Good video.
Nice.
Dang good deer.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Good shot. Yeah. Perfect shot.
Well done.
Stud.
We took our time and
Yeah.
we were very patient on this one. But the one your dad doesn't want shot is you.
Oh, you saw him?
Yeah, he was the first one there. He's a.
And the one that came in after I
It looks like a mule deer, split G2s.
I bet you it's the one. I bet you.
He'll push 50.
Good job.
Push 50, no doubt.
Have you seen that deer?
No. Got a busted
Every
corral?
deer, it's been different every single day. Different deer.
You know, I'm done the first morning. I'm like, I got 5 more days here. What am I going to do? So Armando said, hey, let's go try to find a call buck for you to shoot, and you can kill a call buck along with a trophy. So we went out the next 5 days trying to find a buck to kill.
That's crazy. I mean, that's hunting though. Sometimes you get them on the first day, and if you hunt the rest of the time, you don't get anything, you know?
And I'm glad I killed the buck I did, because we saw a ton of great bucks, but we don't know that any of them would have been 7 years old.
Now, did you do any other hunting while you were down there?
Oh yeah. They got hogs down there, so Armando said, hey, if you see a hog come in, shoot it. And on the last night of my hunt, we finally had a group of hogs come in.
So we just helped them out in Tucking and just smoked one. So it's still early for deer hunting.
You know, this was Hunter's first deer hunt with me. And, you know, he's seen the arrow hit the buck, and he was great. And, you know, he was an intern last year, but I smoked that hog with the trauma, and it's running off. And he looks at me and he goes, did you hit that thing? Because it just zipped through it so fast. And I'm like, yeah, I did. About that time, you've seen exactly the damage the trauma does.
We had a group of pigs come in, and just like anywhere in the South, whether you're hunting in Mexico or Texas, they're a nuisance species. They tear up the ground and everything. So we went ahead and got one out of the herd for Armando. We're gonna go grab my arrow. We watched her fall down up there, so we're gonna try to see the blood, go recover. She got traumatized. Perfect shot. Look at that hole. Bam.
Well, we came in here this evening to a brand new ground blind where they've been filming some bucks, some beautiful management bucks, but Armando wants them out of the herd because it's not the genetics he's looking for in his management program, and it's phenomenal what they do here. Their bucks are beautiful. They have great racks. They let them mature to 7 years old, so we were hoping to take one out for him, but we didn't see any deer tonight. These hogs came in, so we decided to take one out of the herd from him. He told us if we see any hogs, javelinas, coyotes, of course, to take them out because they're hurting the land and stuff. And this is a beautiful female. I was able to take a great shot with her. The Mathews no cam, I just set it up about a week ago. It's working out great. I killed a great big buck with it, and now a hog. I'm loving this bow, and of course the trauma from Dead Ringer. It always does its job. You know, if you're looking for a whitetail hunt south of the border or Texas, Las Cuevas Ranch is the place to go. I mean, the hospitality was phenomenal. The pricing is just like Texas. You know, it's one of those higher dollar hunts, but they have management hunts that are as expensive as any hunt in Ohio or whatever. The difference is the quality of the deer, the amount of deer you're gonna see, and the service. I mean, the food, the way they treat you. We had 6 cowboys that helped us out all the time. We had a butler, 3 cooks. I mean, it was just phenomenal, man.
Yeah, I may have to break out the checkbook. I may go to Mexico next winter.
I'm booking a hunt now, and you can reserve your week. So if you want to go with me, let's put it in.